To 55, ale není to široký koncept, takže to může mít také s sebou nějaké komplikace našim dvojicím, motýly na stranách, motýly u spodní části. So, Margaret, one of the highest was 155. Please tell us more. So, we have not only the high grade, some little butterflies. Is it so special for the horses as well? The horses are only 40 kilos, so they only do 20 So, not only for looking good, it's special for the horses as well to come back and use calves as well. So, this horse number 5, we've gone on to number 6. Of the Czech Equestrian Federation with this very special helmets as well. We have colored in red and white and the blue, and it looks like it's seemingly like one of the highest as well, right? Let's master it here. The Czech Equestrian Federation, number 6, with a high of 158. 158, so we have a high 155, 3 centimeters more, so the highest level here in this document. Protože šatňáčka 158 cm nejzaznější, která je v tomto kurzu barva české trikolóry kruhy na bariérách. And a big element for sure in every class is the triple combination. Tell us something about the triple combination here in the Avalanche Trophy.
So yes, of course, first of all, we have a line vertical with the triple combination and the vertical out of the increase. So for the horse it is difficult because we stop a little bit at the engine. So that's the first method. And the second one is then the triple combination, which is the square offset of 155 and 160.
So, two canvas threads, right? Into the second element, which is a vertical, so it's nice for the horses to learn. We have so much time for two canvas threads than for only one.
So now we have a 2 strike and then 1 strike, but it's still vertical, so that's the triple.
Pokračujeme od výboru, už to by mohlo způsobovat komplikace. Toto je pravidelný obcer na 155 cm, poté 2 cílové stopy a následuje komplikovaná částkovní dvojstopu kolmého skoku, takže B, C, kolmé skoky na jeden cíl. So 155 the high of the first one circuit, the first one on the triple circuit, second element total, and a high of number C of 155 as well. So all time here, ladies and gentlemen, the Avalanche. So it's the Avalanche Trophy, the Grand Prix match. So a little bit challenging after the triple combination to number 8, or everything is coming quick. What do you think?
Yes, it's coming quick in this sense. We have directly a big option out of the turn. So for the horses to take a lot of power again.
Dvojice pokračují po dvojskoku, překážky přichází rychle za sebou. Toto je volný obser od mého partnera společnosti Airbank a se vracíme opět směrem k minutu. So, 18 chance that this will be number 9. So it's time to fly over number 9 with the 2 little water jumps. So a little bit over the water jump with a high mark of 158. What's so special with this little water jump?
So we have, of course, the option out of the turn, and then this is the most likely to be vertical. The case, and then the 2 lift tools under the vertical, the horse again, look a little bit to the lift tool, and you can take it to the
Následovali 4 cílové skoky, říká Marek na výzvu a v této překážky máme ve spodní části tyto vodní prvky a tomu lehce vyvést z nějaké koncentrace případně a vidíme, že jsou podsunuty trošku dál za vodní skoky a to právě i nám opticky rozšiřuje. So now, we are coming not to the finishing line so far, but a little bit to the young number 10 is following us next. Of our mobility partner Force. Force, it looks really nice over there. I'm maybe 190, 195 on the south of Mr. Jarvis, 150 at the spread to the second pole. Very much we are next to watching the course. One of the most famous riders of Poland, 160 in the spread, and What is so special about London?
Yes, it's the whole place. There's always the horses are spooky a little bit on it. It's always difficult to jump. For sure, at the end of the bus.
And we have a little bit special over there where a lady is, so it's very easy that they can fall down the highest plank. So we have the Japanese programy obstawiające społeczności sport, a to je velmi speciální záležitost logo společnosti Berlin Prague a já mám takový pocit, že ještě nikdo ze stavitelů u nás v Praze v aréně Praha tuto překážku dokonce nezažil, že udělal Hrzány využil této možnosti 11. a my jdeme do cíle. So 500, over 500 meters, 530 meters. So we need 2 more jumps. Maybe number 12, a little bit easier like the others, or what do you think?
Oh, it's a high of 155 again. Straight off 170. So I think,
And another Liverpool, a big Liverpool as on the road, so this is the second last jump, and then we go to number 13, ladies and gentlemen, to invite you to the Prague Playoffs, which were held in November this year. Prague Playoffs, the Global Champions Playoffs, so we're waiting for the big show in the O2 Arena in this winter. Maxi is watching, don't worry about us. We're here as well, and the Masters last one's for you, Maxi, so we can tell you it's 155, this last one. Now, tell us something about the last event.
the last train is the skinny one with the gate. It's always a little bit spooky and full on the top. Sure,
And it's only one package, very special to the horse as well. Ruská kapitána na závěr je 13 logo Prague. Kajvarem vás v tuto chvíli zval na letošní roční playoffs Global Champions Prague Playoffs o aréně, které bude v listopadu. Nicméně nepříjemně, dámy a pánové, protože teď tento vrchol letošní venkovní sezóny u nás v České republice. Podobně Grand Prix, které vlastně 50 dní, 8 z toho bude reprezentovat Českou republiku. Máme zde olympioniky, máme zde účastníky Global Champions, Global Champions Tour, to bude skvělé. And ladies and gentlemen, we have another big applause from Mark for explaining the course. So big applause of Prague for the course designer, Mark Kibak. To byla námi vykonovaná žovka panku, kdy jsme si vám přiblížili překážky, které budou se vykonávat s týkem. A prosím. So ladies and gentlemen, this was the signal of the jury, so please, that is the course is now, the course is closed now, for number Grand Prix, the Adler
3 climber from down to 3.5 minutes left. Down to the starting circle is 10:06.
Delighted, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome you to the city of 100 spires that is the mighty Prague. We are alongside the River Vltava that courses vertically down the middle of the Czech Republic, down to the Bohemian Forest. We had a wonderful Paris Olympic qualifier on Friday that saw Israel and Poland as the two best nations of Group C, and they booked their Paris Olympic qualification places. In no doubt, it was quite tight. There was 4 nations in the battle, Hungary and Ukraine, along with Poland and Israel. But as things developed, Poland and Israel moved heads and shoulders ahead of the others to book their Olympic places. Delighted to welcome you to this Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank here at the Huchle Arena, Prague. It is the 4th edition of this mighty Grand Prix. The 3 former winners, the inaugural win went to Gudrun Patet, who won for Belgium back in 2020. That was with Seacoast Kashmir Z. Good win for Gudrun. The following year saw the man who just won the Hickstead Derby, David Simpson, won for Ireland with Foudre F, the 2nd edition. And last year, Philip Ruping won for Germany with Castlefjord Cornelius, the defending champion, not here to defend his title. But a mighty battle we have on our hands this afternoon. It is, of course, a world ranking class. There is also the minimum eligibility requirements available for the Olympics in Paris and for the forthcoming European Championships in Milan and Italy. On offer this afternoon, €53,000 the prize fund. A quarter of that, 13,250, will go to our champion. It's a huge start field of 50 that have qualified. And it's a really impressive 20 nations that come forward for this Diamond Tour Grand Prix Airbank here in the Hüchle Arena. The track set by Uliano Vetsani is certainly a mighty one, 530 meters, 80 seconds the time allowed, fences 1 through to 13. 2 combinations. The double comes early, 4A, 4B vertical to Oxa. And mid part of the course is this treble, 7A. Oxa in 2 strides and a pair of verticals leaving B and C. As I say, 20 nations, it's impressive. Ukraine fielding 5 this afternoon, along with Hungary, 5 each. The home nation, the Czech Republic, has got 8. Blemish sadly up at the vertical at the top end of the arena for our trailblazer. Mikola Pilipekko is on the course. His story is interesting because he started show jumping in 2017. He jumped 1 year then he took a break until last year. And so far he's just jumped last year and this year and that year in 2017. 3 fences down for our trailblazer. It is only their 3rd 155 Grand Prix start, so good performance. They jumped a very good double clear in the Nations Cup in Athens to win with the Ukrainian team back in June. Our sponsors, Neon Green Black Oxa, one of those 3 rails down. 12 is the opening score in the Grand Prix Airbank here in Prague for a slightly bemused-looking Mikola Pilipekko. Early days for him at this big old fence that is 155, a very tall vertical Oxa. Two come to battle this afternoon for Slovakia, and this the first of the Slovaks. David Horvath is on the course. He's 23 years of age. Was second in the Grand Prix qualifier yesterday. In fact, no, that's Tanny Houston who'll come afterwards. My notes are a little bit cluttered, but David Horvath did very well to qualify U2 West 11Z on course. New partnership, their 2nd season together. 15th in the Grand Prix in Olomouc here in the Czech Republic in late June this year. Powerful starts. 10-year-old Yuto Kervek Calypso, the 3rd son, owned by the Equusale company. David now down to this intimidating line, guarded the entry by the vertical. And then this up to height treble from Uliano Vetsani. Comes through there beautifully. It's a big Oxa out of a tight turn. Our sponsors, the Airbank Oxa, goes for a successive time. And then a little fiddly distance down to that water tray, little skinny style. Well, 2nd season as a pair. David Horvath will be well pleased with this. Haven't got a lot of mileage at this level. This combination. Well, another Oxa goes as well. But a good round overall. 2 Oxas falling for the first of the 2 for Slovakia this afternoon in the Diamond Tour Grand Prix Airbank here in the Hüchle Arena, Prague. 8 penalties for the first of the 2 for Slovakia. This is a super combination. I enjoyed watching them up in Drammen this year in Norway for the Nations Cup. They won there with the Dutch team. They really caught my eye as a great pair. Tanny Houston, just 24 years of age. She hails from Zevenaar, which is between Arnhem and Nijmegen on the east side of the Netherlands, not far from the German border. Galdar Mi is a stunning Zambezi Tien son. He's 12 years of age. Owned by the Hendrick Sport Horses. 3rd season with Tanny. Had a super start to their year. They were 2nd in the Under-25 Grand Prix in the Dutch capital, Amsterdam, January this year. Their last outing was 10th in the 3-star Grand Prix in Šamarin in Slovakia. But this is a big jumping horse. He's very scopy. Now this was the pair that was second in the Grand Prix qualifier yesterday, so they come as one of the favourites. Shame. Light mistake out of the treble for Tani Houston and Galdau Mi. He's a lovely, big, powerful horse. He's got a lot of scope, as I say. And I think careful. I wonder whether Tani's having some approaches from some of the big boys and girls in World Show Jumping in search of a top horse. I would imagine so. A second rail falls late, in addition to the one out of the treble combination. 8 penalties for the third out of the Grand Prix Air Bank here in Prague. Tani Houston has 8 penalties with the talented Galdau Mi for the Dutch. This man, the flagship of Latvian show jumping over some years. He's very talented, world number 140. A Tokyo Olympian, took his super horse Valor to the games for 23rd position. 2 world championships, the WEG in 2014 in Caen, and last year the Echo FEI Worlds in Herning for 34th position, again with Valor. Has been part of 3 World Cup finals as well, and he qualified for this class second in the 4-star class on Friday with this horse. Palladium KJV it is for Kristaps Neretnieks. This pair, they won the 3-star Grand Prix in Budapest in Hungary this year. And they were third in the World Cup in Riga at home in Latvia in July, not long ago. Lance the third cross, 2 corner to Blensky. And this, I would put money on the table, would be the first clear round of this Grand Prix Air Bank here. 4th edition in the Hüchle Arena. No, my money is misplaced, I'm afraid, for Kristaps. First combination this time. This horse certainly looks fairly keen to get on with things. I just think ran through his hand a little bit down through that first combination, but then very precisely down through the treble. Bear in mind this horse is only 9 years of age, so big old test for this pair at this early stage in their careers. So just 3 nations have won this Grand Prix in its 4th year of running this year. We've had Germany, defending champions, Ireland, and the inaugural edition went to Belgium. So where will the 4th win go? Which nation? We've got 20 of them, so it's a wide field to choose from. Well, one of my favourites, I'm afraid, comes home with 4 fences down. 16, I think the horse's age is the explanation. 16 penalties for the 9-year-old Palladium and Kristaps Neretnieks. We're at the beautiful Velká Hüchle location down to the south of Prague. We're not far from the Vltava River. It's a beautiful river. I commentated for the Canoe World Cup a couple of years ago here in Prague. That was exciting. It's a really sporty city. And well, what a scene it was to see Israel. They were the hot favourites along with Turkey for the Paris Olympic place, but Poland, I don't think quite as fancied as Turkey for the other place, and Poland were brilliant. They've qualified 3 teams now, Poland, 3 equestrian disciplines, all for Paris, so they're delighted. Efes Yahi gets underway. He was part of that Turkish team that were under par on Friday, sadly, to miss out on their Olympic spots. Efes was part of the Europeans in Gothenburg 2017 and in Rotterdam 2019, both with his other great Call Me Princess. This is Cantate, Oldenburg, Kolensky G, Quidam's Rubin Mare, produced actually by Effa's teammate from that Nations Cup team, Omar Kara Evoli. They've been on the GCT circuit, Grand Prix. They've jumped recently in Monte Carlo and Paris. Second season as a new partnership, Cantate and Effa Siahi. Second rail goes. It's proving tough out there. 50 combinations, so Giuliano Vezzani would not want a massive jump off, so he's just built the course all there to be jumped. But the Turk is in fair trouble. Could be an interesting afternoon weather-wise. It's mid-20s, but the storms in the area, thunder and lightning, is on the weather radar, so we'll see how things develop. Effa Siahi, though, into trouble down that last line. Had to reroute before the penultimate, or the third from home. Tough round, 32 penalties. I'm afraid they are in their second season as a new combination, so they are just cutting their teeth as a new pair. Tough afternoon, I'm afraid, for Effa Siahi for Turkey. Turkey have got 4 this afternoon. The Czech have got 8, Ukraine and Hungary with 5 each. Turkey, Bulgaria and Poland have 4 apiece. Uzbekistan bring 3 to battle. 4 nations with 2, that is Slovakia, Israel, Italy and Ireland. And 9 nations with just 1 representative, forgive me, this afternoon. So incredible that after the first 5 have jumped, the 2 best rounds are the 2.8 falters of David Horvath and Tanny Houston, the 2 best rounds so far. Things continuing in heavy vein of form, I'm afraid, with early mistakes for Bulgaria. 1 mistake for Ivalo Bonev on course. Ivalo was the Balkan individual champion last year and Team Silver. But with this horse, he won the double silver at the Balkan Champs back in 2017. This is Dendens VDL on course. Ivalio Bonev gets away. Dutch mare, she's 15 years of age. Beautifully bred Cardento Corland. Second mistake. They've had a great partnership together. 8 seasons they've enjoyed. They started back in 2016, so they know each other very, very well. Had a good 5th place in the World Cup in Athens, June of this year. But the one thing of note, now I'm afraid not a valid comment because the last goes as well, but one thing of note is that this is an MER competition for the minimum eligibility requirements for both Milan's Europeans and Paris next year for the Olympics. Because it's a 4-star, 8 penalties is okay as a qualifying score. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Just clarify that. Maybe not actually. I think because it's 155 in height, it could just be 4 penalties. That is all you can have to get the MER. I think it would have to be 160 actually. I think actually, yeah, I correct that first statement. I think it must be 1 down this afternoon for combinations to achieve a qualifying result. Through for Uzbekistan this afternoon, and this is the brilliantly talented 19-year-old only Abdurrahman Abdullaev comes forward. He is the one, number 253. He's got a very bright future. He trains with Kristaps Narechniaks, who's just been... Oh, sees a really difficult distance at that Ox. Quintet had no chance but to knock it down. Abdurrahman was part of the Youth Equestrian Games in Aachen last year for 19th individually and 4th with the Uzbeki team. Quinter had a very good World Cup in Sharjah February this year for 4th place. 9th not long ago in the beautiful grass arena Poznan Wola at their Grand Prix in the heart of Poland. Shimon Terence, very nice competition. Abdurrahman Abdulev now trying to keep it at 4. Still the 2 best rounds, those 8 penalty rounds of David Horvath for Slovakia and Anthony Houston for the Netherlands. And as I say, to get that minimum eligibility requirement score, this would be sufficient. He's kept his nerve very coolly, this 19-year-old. It's impressive. Well done. Very good round. He has completed. Would have loved a clear round, but an MER result is achieved. Well done to Abdurrahman Abdulev. That was the really deep distance he found into Tassinger Oxa. Clattered through that, I'm afraid. 4 penalties, though, is the best round so far in this Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank here. 4th edition in Prague. The new starters, this pair, were part of the Nations Cup team for Hungary on Friday. They jumped well. They had the team bronze with Hungary. They're along with Ukraine, Poland and Israel in that 4-way. Quite tight it was after the first round, but Hungary sadly slipped out of the Olympic qualification spot, just losing out to Poland. Peter Shuhai is on the course, a veteran of 7 Youth Europeans. He was 13th of the Young Rider Europeans last year with Casino Royale Z. Chaco's Girl Star is on course. 11-year-old daughter of Chaco Blue, Sandro Boy here, the dam sire. This pair 2nd in the World Cup in Budapest in May this year. And that good form continues here. They started really impressively first round in the Nations Cup. Things then quickly slipped through their fingers, but I must say the start, I thought this is a pair that could jump a clear round here. Under darkening skies away from us here in Prague. Let's hope it keeps its distance, those clouds. Peter Shuhai still clear. 80 seconds, time proving uninfluential. No, just flattens on the moment to take off into that plank. Wavy plank at the 3rd from home. That's a real shame. He'll join Abdurrahman Abdulev as the joint best round with 1 down, but we were eyeing up our first clear of the Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank here in the Czech capital. Unlucky late rail, good round from Peter Shuhai and Chaco's Girl Star. They have 4 penalties. Beautiful forest backdrop to the Hüchle Arena here in Prague. Stunning venue. And we will stay with Hungary. The next to come was part of that team bronze for Hungary in the Nations Cup on Friday. Andras Kobe, we welcome. He stables at Balaton Villagos alongside Lake Balaton in the heart of Hungary. He was part of 2 European Championships in Rotterdam 2019 and at Riesenbeck 2021. And this is a very good horse. E-Up, get started. This Oldenburg gelding, he's 11 years of age. Brings some good form to Prague, was 5th in the Grand Prix in Budapest in late May. And also 9th in the 5-star Grand Prix in Sopot, up on the North Polish Baltic coast. That was in mid-June. Now, could E-Up be the one to open up the jump off for this Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank? €53,000 the prize fund. The organisers here had to upgrade from 3-star to 4-star this year to host the Olympic qualifier. That was one of the requirements, that the event was a 4-star. Hence the prize money also must be ratcheted up a few notches as well. As I say, this pair, team bronze on Friday, starts out promisingly. The up is still clear. Andras Covey down over the Oxa. Unusual mistake that. He'll be kicking himself. Beautiful round. He put together 2 from home to join Abdurrahman Abdullaev and Peter Shuhai with 4 penalties as the best round so far. Going to have a time penalty actually, first to exceed 80 seconds, 80.45 the time. It is 5. Good round. Odd mistake to have made after a beautiful performance overall. 5 it is for the second for Hungary, completing Andras Covey and Iap come home. As I say, 4 for Bulgaria this afternoon in this Grand Prix Air Bank in Prague, and this Ruslan Petkov we welcome. Combination 11 of the 50, a fifth of the way through, and still yet to have a clear round. We're getting closer to the clear round. Uliana Vetsani's 155 Grand Prix course here in Prague. Ruslan Petkov sets off. This is Chacolino jumping. It's another Chaco Blue Gelding. There's a whole host of Chaco Blue offspring here in Prague, who, of course, most famously side Explosion W, Ben Mayer's Olympic champion from Tokyo's Olympics. This pair, great old partnership. They are enjoying their 6th season together, started back in 2018. Makes a very good start. They were 6th in the World Cup in Bulgaria recently. Last outing was in Albrechtsdorf up in Austria, up near Vienna. Went well there. 9th in the 3-star Grand Prix in Austria. And Ruslan Petkov is keeping up a good pace as well, so I don't think 80 seconds will come into issue. Final line for Bulgaria to post the first clear of the Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank. Now time is tight, very tight. Ruslan Petkov is going to have one time. That was under my radar. I did not think time was an issue. He looked to keep up a pretty busy pace. But yeah, one time is really frustrating. It is the first jumping clear of the Grand Prix Air Bank here in Prague, but one time penalty for Ruslan Petkov. The Petkov camp are very happy though. Just 2 for Israel this afternoon, and of course they qualified with the team gold medal in the Nations Cup on Friday. They were very impressive. This young lady was the youngest of their team at 23 years of age. Isabel Rusakov, we welcome. She was 4th in Saturday's Grand Prix qualifying with this horse. The Abdul side produced Jumpy van der Hermitage is on course. Started with Isabella back in March of 2021. Brilliant for Israel to qualify for the Olympics. They did it in fine style to beat Poland and Hungary. into second and third, and of course to deny Hungary the Olympic place. This pair went very well out in Mexico City's Global Champions Tour for 6th place in a 155 class April of this year. No soft enough mistake out of the combination, I'm afraid, for Isabel Rusakov. Just shows how tough this course is, because this is a very good combination. Ashley Bond jumped a brilliant double clear with Donatello, which was one of the pivotal points in Israel's win and Olympic qualification on Friday. But this lady did very well as well with her other horse. But Isabel Rusakov in this Grand Prix. Airbank will have 2 fences down. It is going to be 8 penalties for jumping van der Hermitage. First for Israel has 8. Combination 12 of the 50 this afternoon. And also out of the time, 1.21 seconds over the time, so 2 time to add as well. 10 is the Israeli total. Now this young talent, veteran of 5 youth Europeans between 2012 and 2018. He was 5th in 2012. And at the Young Rider Europeans in 2018, he was 15th. He rides for Timothy Hendricks and the Hendricks stable at Kessel in the Netherlands. He's been there for some years now as a real talent. Guy Riossa, we welcome. This afternoon, he rides the Diamond Semi Quidam de Revel. 11-year-old gelding hero is the next to go. This pair good form this year. They were 7th in the 4-star Grand Prix at Vejer de la Frontera in Spain. They're also part of the Gawler Minori Derby. At Gawler, that was 3rd position. Last out, he was 3rd, locally to home in the Grand Prix in Pielbergen. Equestrian Centre in the Netherlands. Early mistake, though, I'm afraid, Guy Riossa. I didn't sadly get to talk to any riders to find out an opinion on the course, but I'm not sure they thought it was so demanding as it's proving to be. Still, we search for the first clear round all the way. Best round so far, Ruslan Petkov's 1-time penalty for Bulgaria. He was the first clear round, jumping with Chacolino. Just that early mistake for Guy Riossa. He joins Abdurrahman Abdullah and Peter Shuhai as the 4 faulters. Got Andres Kopi with the 4 faults and the 1-time for 5. And Ruslan Petkov out in front with the 1-time penalty. Best round so far. Early rub for the talented Slovenian Guy Riossa and his German-bred hero just completing. This pair are part of the Nations Cup team for Slovakia on Friday in the battle for the Paris Olympic places. She looked very, very good. She's only 9 years of age. It is her 3rd 1m55 Grand Prix only. She's a Seeing Mar, which is part of the bloodline of Sifu, the horse that Isabel Rusakov rode for the Israeli team to the Olympic qualification spots. Cross to Chaco Blue, so beautifully bred. Chloe's on the course for Bronislav Hudeba for Slovakia. Bronislav, veteran of 2 World Equestrian Games, 2014 in Caen, and Tryon in 2018. He was 28th there with Zapria. And this young mare, she was 5th in the World Cup in Shamron at home in Slovakia for Bronislav in mid-June this year. Got a lovely round, typical bascule, the French descriptive word for the curvature of the horses back over the fence. Beautiful bascule she can throw. She's got a lovely, relaxed, fluent style of jumping. Bronislav Chudoba. An old master guides Chloe down through the treble. Now, could the young mare be the first to clear round, which would be something at 9 years of age? I think she's got the talent. I thought it on Friday in the Nations Cup. She's beautifully able. Ah, shame, the crowd gasps. We must wait for our opening clear round as the plank 3 from home. That wavy plank at 11 takes a scalp of the very good pair for Slovakia. They're quick, but to no avail. Late 4 penalties for Hero. Sorry, not for Hero, that was the horse of Guy Riossa. For Chloe, Super 9-year-old mare, has 4 late with Bronislav Chudoba. Great round. Denied at the, well, near the finish line.
All to medals, Chloe B, and another after each quality to 1. The Olivier Alexander Silva.
Combination 15, the one for Portugal this afternoon. Pedro Miguel Gonzalez Silva, we welcome. Second season together. This is Queen Bee, 10 on course for Portugal. Hanoverian mare, she's 11 years of age. The daughter of FRH Quaid crossed to Silvio the first. This pair 5th in the 2-star Grand Prix in Belgium at Lummen in May of this year. And Nations Cup pair for Portugal in Deauville. The Longines EF semi-finals this year. This is their first 1m55 Grand Prix, and it's proving a fearsome test of Giuliano Vezzani. Big test for debutants, certainly. Queen Bee has certainly come out, I was going to say very well, and warmed to her task for her first big Grand Prix, but the brakes grind on, I'm afraid, into this line. It's away from the in-gate, and I'm just wondering whether she's napping back towards the collecting ring. Disappointing after a promising start for the debutants. There's elimination for Pedro Miguel Gonzalez Silva. And a Queen Bee. Really odd. Started beautifully, but again, away from the in-gate. That Czech Equestrian Federation vertical. It is elimination for the pair for Portugal. Well, 4 for Turkey this afternoon. This pair know each other very well. They've been part of Young Rider Europeans together, Villamora, in 2021, 2 years ago. And just 22 years of age, Alessia Arrigo-Zazadze for Turkey, we welcome. She'll celebrate her 23rd birthday just next Saturday. 4 Youth Europeans in total, 2016 through to that Young Rider Europeans in 2021. This pair, they won the 1-star Grand Prix in Rabat in Morocco on the Royal Moroccan Tour in October of 2022, late last season. And they did jump in the big 5-star Grand Prix in Sopot mid-June this year. It's an acrobatic start for this lovely Dawson. Lucky escape of the black multicoloured Oxa. 10-year-old son of Diamantissemi, Dola de la Pierre. Poof, runs right into that Czech Equestrian Federation vertical. It was also the downfall of the Portuguese pair. Dawson just getting a little bit strong in the hand of Alessia. Takes off a long way away at that Oxa. Just struggling a little bit for control out on this course. He's got a little bit ignited. Yeah, runs right through her hand down to the last fence. Jumps it, but yeah, uncomfy ride for the youngster for Turkey, I'm afraid. Comes home with 20 jumping penalties. Just getting a little bit strong in Alessia's hand. Alessia Aragozadze completes with Dawson for Turkey.
The Grand Prix presented by Airback, member of the third players team of the Malaysian Cup, who was competing at the Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro at the World University of Caen and 2 times at the European Champion at Singapore. Philips Lucas and RH, Karan Sentimai for Hungary.
This man jumps a stunning open clear round for Hungary in the Nations Cup on Friday to really ignite Hungarian hopes of a Paris Olympic place. Things sadly slipped away from Hungary in the second round, but this man was the best for Hungary in the Nations Cup with that clear round. And the second round was just 5 penalties. Has got a lot of mileage, of course, this man, Ferenc Sentemay, we welcome for Hungary. A Rio Olympian. He was also part of the World Games in 2014 and Europeans in Aachen in 2015 and Gothenburg 2017. This passed 7th in the Grand Prix qualifier yesterday. And this is the lovely horse he rode in the Nations Cup. Melipso Blue PS FRH is on course. It's a brand new combination, only their second show together, so cutting their teeth on a big stage early on, but that is the bravery and the experience of these top riders to know that the horse is okay at a big show early on in a new partnership. Ferenc Sentemay, 1 down so far. Excited to see what he can do with this horse. I think he's got a great new partner. And Melipso Blue, only 9 years of age again, like Chloe of Bronislav Chudoba we just enjoyed seeing a few moments ago. Late mistake as well, but for a 9-year-old, it's a big old ask this afternoon, and a new combination as well. We'll have the last for a third error for 12, but a pair with a great future as a new partnership. 12 penalties out on the Iuliana Vizzani designed course for this Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank. 4th edition, started here back in 2020. That was Gudrun Patet's win. 21 was a win for David Simpson, who just lifted the Hickstead Derby this year. And the defending champion, not here to defend his title, sadly, Philip Ruping, the talented German, and Castlefield Cornelius. 12 it is for Ferenc Sentemay for Hungary. This man comes a little bit out of order. I'm assuming Shanamo lost a shoe in the warm-up because Guido Grimaldi was due to jump number 8. He in fact will start at number 18. 3rd season together with Shanamo. It is their very first 1m55 Grand Prix. They were 10th in a 4-star class here on the opening day in the Huchle Arena. Guido Grimaldi sets off on this Chaco Blue Andiamo Z gelding Shanamo. Chaco Blue needs no introduction. Explosion W, of course, his most famous son. And Andiamo Z, for those of you new to breeding, Andiamo Z was the sire of Fortune Z, who was the mother of Peter Fredriksson's wonderful H and M All In. So some real Olympic bloodlines. Bearing in mind that All In, only 2 horses have ever won successive individual medals in World Show Jumping at different Olympics, and All In, one of those 2 horses. The other one was a long time ago, I think a horse called Lloyd. But in the modern era, H&M All In, the only horse to have won individual medals at more than 1 Olympic Games. Quite extraordinary. Well, Guido Grimaldi coming towards home. It's a very big course for their very first 155 Grand Prix, and I think the Italian is going to leave it there. Tough test this afternoon from his fellow Italian, Liane Vezzani, and Guido Grimaldi retires. Well, just to recap, still we await the first clear round. This combination number 18 to jump, 17 have attempted it and yet to have a double clear round, both jumping and his side time. One for Ruslan Petkov for the time penalty for Ciacolino. Could this lady deliver the first clear round? She looked very good. Jumped a stunning first clear round in the Nations Cup on Friday. Alyssa Danilova is on the course. 1 of 4 for Ukraine this afternoon. This is Kostinel jumping. 5 youth Europeans for Alyssa. Senior Europeans in Gothenburg's Ullevi Stadium in 2017. This pair have got good form this year. They were second in the 3-star Grand Prix at Albrechtsdorf in Austria and third in the World Cup in Budapest, so that's why I fancy them. In addition to that great first clear round in the Nations Cup on Friday. No. Mid part of the treble, I'm afraid. Struck out. Alyssa Danilova, 28 years of age. Kostinel, young enough mare, she's still only 10. Cascadello, Quebec, obviously a mare with a lot of potential for the future. Owned by Sergei Demchenko for Alyssa Danilova. It's a good round, not many 4-4 rounds. In fact, Alyssa Danilova becomes the 5th 4 penalty round to join Guy Riossa, Abdurrahman Abdullaev, Bronislav Khudoba and Peter Shuhai. They are the 4-4 rounds. Good round from Kostinel. That was the lone mistake.
No clear rounds so far. It is number 90 of the starting order.
Next to come, this young talent from Ukraine, Anastasia Bondaryeva, we welcome. 20 years of age, 5 youth Europeans, 2016 in Mill Street through to 2021 in Villamora. Had a superb double clear with this horse called up to win the Nations Cup in Athens with Ukraine this year. Called her a new ride for Anastasia this year. Former rider Maël Martin, the French jumper, and Romain Duguay, the experienced Swiss rider as well. They've had a good year. They were 10th at Gaulle-Minori, 3-star Grand Prix late April, and also 9th in the 2-star Grand Prix at Liège in Belgium late June. Calder still clear. Come on, Anastasia. This combination 19. We're just approaching halfway for a 10-minute break in this Diamond Tour Grand Prix Airbank in Prague for the 4th edition. And still no clear rounds. Time is good here for Anastasia Bondaryeva to deliver the first clear round. Come on, Anastasia. She's just inside time, I think. Yes, she is. It's the first clear round for this young Ukrainian. She's a wonderful character. I met her at Mill Street in 2016. She was only 13. I mis-ID'd her wanting an interview. I said, "Are you Tatiana?" She said, "No, I'm Anastasia." And that's where we met and got on brilliantly. That's her great supporting. And that is the first clear for Anastasia Bondaryeva and Calder in the Grand Prix Airbank in Prague. Well done to them. We've had to wait 19 for somebody to master Ulyana Vetsani's Grand Prix first round, and it is the young Ukrainian who puts herself into a jump off at the moment. She would not, of course, have a jump off to face if she's the only one. But a first clear round for Anastasia Bondaryeva. Home nation with the lion's share of the 50 combinations. 8 it is for the Czech Republic. I'm afraid it's an early mistake at the Tatchinger Oxa. Philippe Dolezal is on the course. He's 32 years of age. 6th season, started in 2018 with his Kudeker GP Madame Z. His ride in the Nations Cup on Friday for the home team. He's been part of the Czech team for 3 years on the Nations Cups. This past second in the World Cup in Šamorín in Slovakia, mid-June this year. But again, this course bares its teeth once more. Weather's actually improving. The ominous-looking dark clouds have just moved a little bit away from our base here, down to the south of the Czech capital. Well, okay, a few little rattles and rubs on the home journey. It is going to be 8 jumping and the 2-time 10. Philippe Dolezal and Kudeker GP Madame Z for the home nation. Just a one clear round. We have jumped 20. Sole clear for Anastasia Bondaryeva and Calder for Ukraine. I'm pretty certain Anastasia's not won a 4 or 5-star Grand Prix. I'm going to check if she's won a 3-star Grand Prix in the break. I'm not certain of that either. This could be a huge afternoon. Long way to go yet, but for the young Ukrainian. This is another young gun for Denmark. We welcome. Just one for Denmark this afternoon. Mathias Norheden Johansson, 29 years of age. Was 8th in the Trophy Airbank Grand Prix qualifier yesterday to qualify for this Grand Prix. Matthias part of the Young Rider Europeans in 2014 in Arezzo in Italy for 35th position. And Franco, Westphalian 10-year-old son of Firth of Lawn. Catching Eckermann's wonderful chestnut stallion. They were 2nd in the Grand Prix in Šamorín, 3-star Grand Prix their last outing. 13th in the Grand Prix in Bratislava as well recently. They survive a lucky rattle in the treble, and the Dane is still clear. They've been together since just April this year, but I'm afraid our sponsors, the Airbanks Oxa, does not let them off the hook. Justice is served at the neon green black Oxa. After that, a lucky rattle they got away with. Good round, new combination, and 2 fences down, which is sort of par for the course this afternoon. 5 combinations with 4 penalties, the 2 jumping clears and the 1 clear round all the way. So 8 penalties is a popular score, and Matthias Neuheden Johansson has 8 with Franco for the Danes. The next for Turkey, we welcome the world number 176, veteran of 3 senior Europeans, 2015, 17 and 2021. His trio was in Henning for the Echo FEI World last year, 65th with this horse, Koblenz van der Middelstede. We welcome Darren Demersoy to the battle. Darren was a graduate of the Young Rider Academy in 2016. Started with the Galatasaray Pony Club in Turkey. And he had a very good 4-star win here, the Trophy Hücle Arena Prague. He won on Thursday with his other horse. This pair, 7 seasons they've enjoyed together since 2017. Had a very good 8th place in the GCT Grand Prix in Stockholm not long ago, up in Sweden in June. Koblenz is on course for Darren Demersoy. Another horse, we saw Dawson with Alessia Arrigo Azadze for Turkey, also fairly strong. I just get a feeling, and my feeling strengthens as they take off the top of the Czech Equestrian Federation vertical, that Koblenz just leaning in Darren's hand a little bit. You can see quite a lot of horse he's got in his hand. Just makes getting the horse back onto his hindquarters to propel himself up into the air not easy when they're leaning on their forehand a little bit, and that has been the tail, I think, a little bit for Darren Demersoy. He's a master, so he's masked it well enough, but I think quite a lot in his hand with Koblenz van der Middelstede this afternoon. Good round, considering the weight in his hand. Yeah, a little rueful purse of his lips. Just one mistake at fence number 6 for a good round for penalties, though it is for Darren Demersoy for Turkey. This was the mistake. Three for Uzbekistan this afternoon in this Diamond Tour Grand Prix Airbank in Prague for the 4th edition. And the next for the Uzbekistanis, we welcome Nurjan Tuyakebayev. It is with Lancelot. It's a very good pair, actually. They were part of the World Cup finals this year in Omaha, Nebraska. Finished 29th at the World Cup final, which is creditable. They won the World Cup in Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan in May of last year. And they also won the World Cup in Tashkent at home in Uzbekistan, April of this year. Lancelot, she's 10 years of age. Falkenhoff's lance across to Orlando for Nurjan Tuyakebayev. Big clatter, I'm afraid. Middle of the arena. Early mistake for the pair for Uzbekistan. Certainly, Nurjan Tuyakebayev keen not to have a time penalty as well, realising that there may be scarce few clear rounds at the end of affairs here in Prague, with just one clear as we approach the halfway stage for Anastasia Bondaryeva. A quick 4-4 round could have been good prize money down the line, but sadly his very understandable plan has been marred with a second rail falling late at the plank, 3 from home. But a good round overall. It is 8 penalties for Nurjan Tukabayev and Lancelot for Uzbekistan.
Ještě přes přestávku tak dvojice Tankov a Ránek asistická reprezentace Českou republiku. Kastilící a Sedlou České dlouhočetníci zakývala
We have just one clear round, and that is for a 20-year-old for Ukraine, Anastasia Bondaryeva. Why not a 20-year-old for the home nation as the second clear round? She's 20 as well. We'll celebrate her 21st birthday on Wednesday. This will be a very nice early birthday present. Sarah Vingralkova, we welcome for the Czech Republic. She's been part of 6 Youth Europeans like Anastasia, a veteran of the Youth Europeans through 2017 to this year. Has been on the GCT circuit with Cassini DC this year. He's a Belgian son of San Patriano. Cassini crossed the Darko, 13 years of age. Sarah Vingralkova is away for the home nation. Well, they're certainly going to come out attacking, that is for sure. They've taken the gloves off. They, as if to say to Ulyana Vetsani, look, we're not afraid of your course at all. We're going to come out and be very positive and attacking, and it's an approach that's paying off very well here for Sarah Vingralkova. We've got some veterans in this field. Wouldn't it be quite something if 2 20-year-olds with the 2 clear rounds? Sarah Vingralkova travels down with 3 to go. Time is very quick, not a problem at all on the clock. To join Anastasia Bondaryeva and a pair of 20-year-olds, yes, is the composition of our jump off for this Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank. The home nation can celebrate. Super round for Sarah Vingralkova. Cassini DC joins Calder. It is the Ukraine and the Czech Republic, the 2 nations that are qualified. The 2 20-year-olds have come up trumps around a really demanding Ulyana Vetsani first round here in the Grand Prix of Prague. Well done to her. The last of the first half, ladies and gentlemen, in this Grand Prix Air Bank in Prague. We welcome the one for Estonia this afternoon, and she's another young lady. That's 24 years of age. Maja Relander, it is for Estonia. We welcome 2 Youth Europeans, 2014 and 2019, with this horse. Expert at Zuiderwolde in the Netherlands for 54th position. He's a Dutch son of Ustenov, crossed to Furioso. They had a very good finish in the World Cup League finals in Krakow in southern Poland in March of this year. They were 7th there. That was impressive. Myrolanda takes some moments. Expert, the last of the first half of the first round of the Grand Prix Air Bank. 2 clears, Sarah Vingralkova and Anastasia Bondaryeva. Another young lady, maybe. They are a very capable pair. They struck a winning streak late last season. They won 2 classes at Lichtenvoorde, and then they won 2 classes directly at Opklabik, including the Grand Prix there. So they're very capable, this pair. Similar fashion to the Czech pair, maybe a gear quicker. It's very quick. But getting the job done so far. Myrolanda is burning some rubber. Yeah, that was just become a little bit too quick now. There's positivity, and then there's making it very hard for your horse to jump fences of this size clear at just too high a speed. considering the pace, it is quite something that just one fence down for the pair for Estonia. It's a good round. They're well happy. Myra Lander comes on, shakes her head as if to acknowledge she was quick. It is 4 penalties. The last score in the first half of this first round of the Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank here in Prague. So 4 penalties for Myra Lander and Expert for Estonia to complete the first half of the competition, ladies and gentlemen. So we go into the halfway break, and what a battle we have enjoyed and witnessed. 25 combinations have started, and just the 2 clears for the 2 20-year-olds. Anastasia Bondareeva first for Ukraine, brilliant with Kulda, and followed in emphatic style by Tara Vingarkova for the home nation and Cassini DC. They are the 2 clears. We take a short break from the competition. We'll see you soon back here in Prague. It's gripping stuff. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of the first round of this thrilling Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank here in Prague. This is the fourth edition. We start here in 2020, and Uliano Vetsani has set a mighty challenge for the 50 combinations. 20 nations it is that are represented, and at the moment just two young ladies in their 20s, 20 years of age to be precise, are the only two clear rounds. The first of those, Anastasia Bondaryeva for Ukraine with Kulda. The second was Sarah Vingralkova for the home nation, for the Czech Republic, with Cassini DC. I've looked through their records in the interval, and I'm pretty certain certainly neither of them have won a 4, 5 or 3-star Grand Prix. I don't think a 2 or a 1-star either, but I wouldn't go as far as to say that. But certainly either of Sarah or Anastasia would be winning their first 3, 4 or 5-star Grand Prix. So a big afternoon for one of those two ladies. Unless somebody comes in and ruins their party, we will see. Welcome back to the second half of this first round of the Grand Prix Air Bank. And we get back underway with the Czech Republic's number 26 to jump. Nikola Bielikova restarts action. Nations Cup pair for the Czech in Bratislava this year. Karasin is on the course. This pair fourth in the World Cup in Budapest in May this year. Second World Cup in Shamron, September of last season. Karasin Hanoverian 15-year-old stallion. He's a Campbell Czech, Graf Czech son, owned by the Mustang stable. Nikola has made a very good restart effort here. Shame, first blemish at our sponsors, the Air Bank Oxa. It's been fairly influential. It's a big fence, it's square, comes out of a deep turn. Just struggling a little bit on getting the back bar. It's a big wide fence, but it's a very good round to restart. Just that one fence down, nice inside time. 4 penalties for Nikola Bielikova. Karasin to get us restarted in the Grand Prix here in Prague. A very nice round. There's been some celebration in Poland. I've got a few friends out there. I commentate at a couple of events in Poland, and there is a real wave of excitement. They have 3 equestrian teams qualified for the Olympics in Paris. Max Vector jumps a crucial clear round in the effort of Poland to qualify in behind Israel. The second place went to Poland on Friday for the Paris Olympic qualification from Group C. Max Vector, we welcome. Clear and 4 was their scores in that Nations Cup. Best pole on Friday. Max Vector, Cepetano getting started. He was part of the World Championships last year in Herning. 100th position with Cepetano. 5th on Thursday in the Grand Prix qualifier. And Max Vector will be in a very confident mood here. Poland have got a strong group for this Grand Prix with 4 starting out of the 50 combinations. Another pair I think have got a great chance of a clearer. Przemysław Konopacki and home run to come a little bit later. Now sadly, 1 down for Max Vector, mid point of the course, and another quick rail in succession, or rail in quick succession. But the main job for Poland is of course the Olympic qualification, which has been done and dusted. So this is would have been the icing on the cake, but the main goal achieved on Friday afternoon. So Max Vector comes home. It is going to be the 3 fences down, 12 penalties for Jeff Patano, the Geppetto clearly the first stallion. 12 penalties for Max Vector at the early stages of the second half of this first round in Prague for the Grand Prix Airbag. The next to come, combination 28 of the 50 starters. We welcome for the Czech Republic, one of the 8 for the home nation. Yuri Skrivan it is, we welcome. He was part of the Europeans back in Herning in 2013, the year that Roger Ribost lifted the European title. He was 72nd there. Interesting story then, because after Herning, he competed in 2014, but then no competitions between 2014, and he hung up his boots until 2021. Then dusted them off again, and this is his 3rd season back in action. Yuri Skrivan, we welcome. It's a new ride. It's their 2nd show together after Olomouc was their first outing recently. This former ride of Aleš Opatrný, and it is Holland TN. Takes an early rail for Yuri Skrivan. Certainly a tall order. This course for a new combination is causing difficulties for some very good pairs. Yuri Skrivan. Another rail goes for Holland TN down the influential treble. This horse had a 4-star win with Aleš Opatrný, former jockey, in Arezzo this year. So well capable. I don't know Yuri's story, but I'd love to know why there was the break between 2014 and 2021. Maybe other interests in life competed out the show jumping. But then a return to the international stage. But they've seen enough. They're a new partnership, and a tough calls from Milano Vezzani this afternoon. And Yuri Skrivan retires Holland TN out on the course for the Czech Republic.
The Airbag Grand Prix. Moneymaker of more than enough. This is the horse within seconds of the nation's governing result and full finish on the Grand Prix. Alexander Brogan for the Ukraine.
Ukraine has got 1 qualified already and 1 for the Czech Republic. The 2 clears we have now jumped 28. So it's literally 2 after 28 is about. It's very, very small orders. About 1 in 15 jumping clear rounds only. Something like that, 1 in 14. It's slim pickings. But maybe here a second for Ukraine. He's another young man. He's 25 years of age. Alexandra Prodan, we welcome. He's the veteran of 7 youth Europeans between 2011 and 2019. Moneymaker Vanton Moelenhoff is a former Niels Brunsales ride, so beautifully produced by Niels. They were 3rd in the 2-star Grand Prix in Lummen in Belgium, May of this year, and 4th in the 3-star Grand Prix at Albrechtsdorf in Austria in early July. Moneymaker, he's an 11-year-old Belgian stallion. Elvis Taputa across to Vigano Soy. I enjoyed watching them in the Nations Cup, and I think this is a really good pair. And I'm hoping for clear on number 3 here. No, that treble has been highly influential. It goes again. No respite out on the course of Uliano Vezzani. He's a real master I don't commentate on the GCT, so I'm not that familiar with Uliano's courses, but I was in Bratislava alongside the Maestro last year, and I really enjoyed his tests in Bratislava. Could just see the tapestry he's weaving, an absolute master of his art. I'd heard high praise, and it was great to see it firsthand. Just see how good he is. One of the favourite combinations I thought this afternoon for a clear, but it is 14 penalties for moneymaker Vanter Mullenhoff and Alexander Prodan for Ukraine. It was the first of the 3 blemishes.
Number 30 is the Scotland coming out. The Belgium Sterling Helming for the reserve of Konstantin Solin for the Ukraine.
There's a huge amount at stake this afternoon as a world ranking class, as a MER minimum eligibility requirement competition for the Olympics next year and for the Europeans this year. €53,000 the prize fund as well, so a lot to be considered. The next to come, we stay with Ukraine. Ukraine looking for their second into the jump off, and Konstantin Zolin we welcome. This pair together since 2016. They were third in the Grand Prix qualifier here on Thursday. They were third in the World Cup in Athens in early June, and they were part of the Ukrainian team that won the Nations Cup in Athens alongside Anastasia Bondaryeva, who's one of our 2 clears at the moment. But no, we'll stay with the one for Ukraine. Early rail down for this 15-year-old Karabas van der Wapenhove, Venderkruis Stallion Hending van der Bresse. Well, again, 2 or 3 rails down is very much par for the course. It's another one, I'm afraid, for Konstantin Zolin. He comes home with 4 fences down this afternoon. Of course, bares its teeth like a great white shark. Uliano Vedzali's track. 4 fences, I'm afraid. 16 for Hending van der Bresse. But now, the 4th edition, the home team would love a Czech victory. Could this be the man to deliver it? Of course, Sarah Vinkrakova already lined up to try and produce a home win, but Aleš Opatry, their captain, veteran of the Europeans in 2007 and 2013, again in Henning, mentioned those recently. 2 World Cup finals for Aleš, 03 and 05. The world champs last year in Henning, Denmark. That was with Forever for 46th position. Aleš's big win was the Falsterbo Derby. He won that in 2016. I was there to see that live. That was a great celebration. This, the third 155 Grand Prix for this gelding. It is Locanto RN. It's a brand new ride for Aleš Opatry. Their 3rd show only together. Youngest horse in the class at just 8 years of age. London Cross to Canturo. 2 clears, 1 for Ukraine, 1 for the Czech Republic's Sarah Vingrakova. 2 young riders at 20 each. Could we have a rider of season and experience to join the 2 young hopefuls for this Prague Grand Prix 4th edition? Aleš Opatry has made a great start. Cry of pain from the grandstands as the Czech Equestrian Federation vertical claims another scalp, and a big scalp of Aleš Opatry under brewing skies, ominously dark overhead. Still dry, but you just wonder how long it will remain so. But what a round, what a masterful horseman on an 8-year-old. It's very, very composed and calm from Aleš Opatřený. It's a beautiful round. And he's got a super horse here for the future. This horse was formerly ridden by Austria's Christian Romberg. And Julian Sadler, Aleš Opatřený, he'll be, well enough happy on reflection, I'm sure. A bit sad, stinging now, but it's a very round from a young horse. That was the one blemish for Aleš Opatřený. The new start of the season, Italian Gianluca Quondam Gregorio. We welcome combination 32 of the 50 to start this Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank here for the 4th edition in Prague. This pair 6th in Thursday's Grand Prix qualifier. Their 3rd season together. They started back in 2021. They're 7th in Gula Minori's 3-star Grand Prix at home in Italy, April this year. Chak Bay, Gianluca Quondam Gregorio on course. He's 14 years of age. It's another Chaco Blue Sun. Beautifully dam side as well. Quick star here, the dam side. Also very well placed in Montefalco's 4-star Grand Prix. May this year, 9th there. Gianluca Gregorio just asking verbally for a little bit of control. Riders have got a range of aids at their disposal. Voice, not often used, but is sometimes used by riders just to try anything to communicate with the horse. Legs, hands, seat, whip occasionally. Voice all part of the rider's artillery to open communication lines with the horse. It's a late mistake as well for the Italian pair, 2 of them, I'm afraid. And Gianluca Quondam Gregorio comes home. Still proving so demanding. We are locked out with the 2 clears. Anastasia Bondaryeva and Zara Vingrakova just before the halfway break. Still the only 2 clears. It's number 32 to jump and a couple down for Gianluca Gregorio for Italy. Two this afternoon for Ireland and Matt Garrigan. We welcome. He's only 25 years of age. Matt won number 348 for Youth European Championships between 2012 and 2016. This pair 8th in the 3-star Grand Prix in Oman in the Netherlands, their last outing. I saw them up in Drammen in Norway in the battle with the Netherlands for the Nations Cup title, and Matt Garrigan jumped the jump-off round for the Irish, one team silver. Quentin Robin, the 5th, is on the course. This gelding, he's a Carambol's son. Willem Greve's wonderful stallion, not long retired Carambol of the De Watermolen stud in the Netherlands. The Greve's wonderful flagship stallion. But yeah, I think this could be the 3rd clear round. I'll put my neck out on the line for another 20-year-old into our Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank. "25 years of age and won number 348 just shows the ability and horsepower of Matt Garrigan. Quentin Robin, the 5th, this lovely lightweight grey, still clear. Time is easy here. Matt Garrigan. 2 fences to jump here to join Sarah Vingrakova and Anastasia Bondareeva for another 20-year-old. Okay, 25, but still young. And Matt Garrigan gives us our 3rd clear. Well done. Ireland joins the Czech Republic and Ukraine. 3 clear rounds. We have now jumped 33, so it is literally 1 in 11 only that have jumped this course clear. Well done to Matt Garrigan. It's another youngster at 24 years of age, Zoe Osthoff, we welcome. She's had 2 4-star 3rd places this week, both yesterday. Had a very good Saturday here in Prague, including in the qualifier for this class, the Grand Prix qualifier. Jaguar King WD in her 2nd season with Zoe Osthoff for Germany out on course. They were 5th in the Grand Prix at Ghent in Belgium, February this year. And a Nations Cup pair for the German team in Pielbergen in the Netherlands this year as well. Well, the young gelding at 9 years of age. Zirocco Blue crossed to a very good stallion, throwing a lot of good horses. Toulon, one of the stallions of the moment in world show jumping. So the Osthoff has made a great start, but now this hammer line. German pair get a wiggle on, knowing time has caught out 1 or 2. They look very good here, approaching the 3/4 mark. Zoe Osthoff has got time to spare. She jumped a very good round indeed. Ah, what a shame. Late mistake. That was not in the script. They were jumping beautifully. Well inside time. Frustrated, yeah. It's a soft mistake. 2 from home. Front bar of that water. Oxa. Light mistake for the very nice 8-year-old. Great round for the young pair from Germany with a late 4 penalties that is undeserved. Jaguar King has 4 with Zoe Osthoff. This man I know from eventing. He's an Olympian in eventing. His Ferrelairs Lat was in Tokyo 2020, the 33rd position. Charming talent from the home nation, from the Czech Republic. Was also part of the World Champs last year in Pratoni del Vivaro in Italy. The 62nd position again with Ferrelairs Lat. And he was 11th in the Grand Prix qualifier yesterday. Now combining eventing and show jumping. Miloslav Przychoda, I should say, Junior is on course for the Czech Republic. This Ibiza D on course for Miloslav. 2nd season together. They've had a lot of good form actually. They're 5th in the 2-star Grand Prix at Shamron, ex-Bionic Sphere Arena in Slovakia. And also 4th in the Grand Prix in Olomouc here in the Czech Republic, June this year. As I say, he's charming, he's talented. Now, like the likes of Mikkel Jung, Xandra Ofart, combining top-level eventing and show jumping. This is a very polished round from Miloslav Przychoda. Shame, just a slightly big distance into that Oxa. Front bar goes. Unlucky. 4 from home. He jumps a very good round indeed. Hasn't got a lot of mileage around these big Grand Prix. Miroslav Šihoda, and then things go sour at the last fence. Found a deep, difficult distance. Brakes go on from Ibiza D. What a shame. The round was so good, but there's a limp time, I'm afraid, for 26 penalties in total. He'll start cutting his teeth out at 4-star Grand Prix level, so this big afternoon for him. What a shame. That was the first mistake, and then trouble on the home journey for the pair for the Czech Republic. This is a very good man for Lithuania. One for Lithuania only. They only need one with the talents of Andreas Petrovas. He won yesterday's Grand Prix qualifier, the Trophy Air, with this horse. To qualify Lincoln's it is. He was also third on Friday afternoon. This pair, they won the Grand Prix in Herning up in Denmark. World Championship venue, that was the Grand Prix Danish Warm Blood Stallion licensing show this spring. Lincoln's is on course for Andreas Petrovas for Lithuania, number 36. 16 years of age. Louis J. Klando the fourth, the Siren Dam sire. Again, just shows a difficulty because this pair in red hot form coming into this Grand Prix, they can't deliver clear on number 4, I'm afraid, around Uliana Vitsani's 155 tall track. Combination 36 of the 50 to start, so not so many left here. There are some very good ones to come late in this class. I would think there'll be a few more clears, but we're running out of numbers. 2 down for one of my favourites this afternoon. It is 8 for Andreas Petrovas, and Lincoln sadly won the qualifier yesterday, so that's their form. Yeah, a little bit bemused, Andreas. Couple down for the 1 for Lithuania this afternoon in the Grand Prix Air Bank. It's 4th edition here in the Czech capital. Four for Bulgaria this afternoon. They've had 2 and they have 2 more to come, and this is the first of the pair remaining for Bulgaria. Konstantin Van Dam, we welcome. This pair part of the Nations Cup team for Bulgaria at Gorla Minori this year in Italy. They went well in the Grand Prix Upside down in Grimaud, the south of France. 15th in the 3-star Grand Prix in April this year. Cesar Z is on course for Konstantin Van Dam. Konstantin was 6th in the 4-star class on Friday with his other horse, United. This gelding owned by Rainer Hoxman is 11 years of age. Kankara Z crossed to Heartbreaker. Konstantin Van Dam down this tough treble. He can jump through that clear. Just thinking a little bit about the time. It's quite a laboured canter stride. He's got a long stride, but I just wonder whether he's covering enough the ground quick enough to come home inside time. I think I need fear not. The same fence that Zoe Osterhoff had down late. Goes again. Yeah, time wasn't too comfy. But again, like Zoe Osterhoff, it is the penultimate. That is the late mistake for Konstantin Van Dam for Bulgaria and Cesar Zet. Lovely round. But yeah, it's the front bar of that water Trioxa that is the scar on the Bulgarian card. Sadly, good round for him for Panathis. The next to come for Hungary, 2 back-to-back for the Hungarian team, and this pair part of the team bronze for Hungary. They narrowly missed out on the Paris Olympic qualification, 2 spots available in 3rd place on Friday. Julius Suhai we welcome for Hungary. This is Lavis Sangos. He's right in the Riesenbeck Europeans 2 years ago. That was 62nd position. And behind Andre Tima, DSP Shakaria, who won the European title. This pair 9th in the World Cup this year, this June in Shamrin in Slovakia. Lavis Sangos, he's 10. Laverzet crossed to Las Sangos the second. This pair finished in 12th place yesterday to qualify for this CSIO 4-star Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank to give it its full title. Lavis Sangos has got a unique style. It looks like he's working quite hard. He's quite laboured over the fences, but he's getting the job done here. Still clear. No. Our sponsor, the Air Bank's back bar, sadly takes the Hungarian scalp. Yes, an unusual style, but this is the beauty of all of horses jumping, whether eventing or show jumping. You get unique styles, you get unconventional horses in style, get unconventional riders in style, and doesn't necessarily matter, doesn't mean you're not a proficient performer, which is what makes the sports fascinating. Trouble, sadly, ultimately for Julius Suhai. Lavis Sangos comes home, clear until this point. In trouble on the home journey with a couple of fences down. 1 for time as well for Lavis Sangos, 9 for Julius Suhai. This man's a very good jockey for Hungary. They jumped a beautiful opening clear round in the Nations Cup on Friday. Part of that team bronze for Hungary. And Mezahegez Chabala, we welcome. Gabor Szabo Jr. comes forward. Clear in 12 with their 2 scores on Friday. Gabor Szabo, veteran of 2 World Equestrian Games, Caen 2014, Tryon 2018. The World Cup finals in Omaha 2017 for 21st position. And 3 Europeans, Henning 2013, Aachen 2015 and Gothenburg 2017. Gabor had a super 4-star win yesterday. And Mezahegez Chabala was 9th in the 3-star Grand Prix in Budapest at home in Hungary in May of this year. This horse really caught my eye on Friday. I think this match is wonderful. 13 years of age. Chaco Blue cross to Balu de Roy. So bloodlines to really boast. Look at the technique, scope, power, carefulness. It's all there in a beautiful jumping bundle for Gabor Szabo to enjoy. Great start from Mezahegez Chabala. Get out of jail at the Czech Equestrian Federation vertical. Anastasia Bondarieva, the opening clear. Sarah Vingrakova, the second. Mats Garrigan, the third. It's a shame. It's caught out quite a few combinations that have been clear up to that point. That big Oxa. 4 from home. And I'm afraid this stunning mare, Mezahegez Chabala, will be leaving us with a late 4 penalties. Great round from Gabor Szabo. Time was good, but 4 penalties.
Also remember, all the team of the nation together, so this is Sakas, so the Polish team, Hora, Australian, Citizen of Colorado.
This is a very capable combination, and I think this could be clear on number 4. They had 1 down in each of the 2 rounds of the Nations Cup on Friday, but of course part of the Polish team that qualified for Paris in behind Israel in the Group C qualifier on Friday. Przemysław Konopacki, we welcome. This is wonderful Spartacus TN Concorde Mare. She's 11 this time. It is Home Run, the new starter. Przemysław based in the Netherlands for ease of accessing competitions in number, whereas if he had remained in Poland, he said that getting to difficult competitions not easy, much more difficult than being in Holland. This pair have had a very good season. They were 7th in the 5-star Grand Prix up in the north of Poland at Sopot mid-June. And had a very impressive 5th place in the 5-star Grand Prix in Amsterdam, Jumping Amsterdam in January this year as well. It's a mare I think very highly of, and this is a canny horseman. No, my predictions are falling on stony ground this afternoon, one after another. And another one that you would have felt would have jumped a clear round is in trouble. That treble repeatedly now is a big offender of tarnishing scorecards. I'm afraid Przemysław Konopacki has that 1 down again. It's been a Prague of 4-faultitis for the talented Pole. He's had 1 down in each of the big rounds, the 2 Nations Cup rounds on Friday, and now in this Grand Prix Air Bank. Such ability, the pair for Poland. Of course, their main mission to qualify for the Olympics is signed, sealed and delivered. They would have loved to have come back to battle for the Grand Prix. Sadly, 1 fence down for Przemysław Konopacki and a home run. Don't be fooled by the expression. This man has got a lot of mileage. He's a double Olympian. 2000 Sydney, 04 in Athens. And he was very well placed, 20th actually, with the Premier Crew in the Olympics in Sydney in Australia. 2 World Games, 98 in Rome and 02 in Jerez de la Frontera in Spain. Europeans coming twice as well. Hickstead in 99 and 2003. The pair, Rosen Ratchev, is on course for Bulgaria. This stallion, 10 years of age, then Zolvanta Molenhof crossed to Lucky Boy. It is Independence out of the Stargates very cleanly and well for Rosen Ratchev. This combination 41, ladies and gentlemen, of the 50 that starts this Grand Prix Air Bank for the 4th edition. Belgium, Ireland and Germany have been the 3 nations that have won this Grand Prix for the first 3 editions. Ireland looking for another victory this afternoon. David Simpson won here in 2021. I'm afraid Rosen Ratchev is in trouble down that, I think, most influential line, the treble combination. It's going to be time as well. Little clutch of time. Rossen Radchev comes home with 17 penalties. Great start. Things starting to unfold on the double Olympian, the Bulgarian, at the end of the course, sadly. Independent has completed with Rossen Radchev, number 41. 17 is their score. Two more to come for Poland at the back end of this Grand Prix Air Bank, and this man, one of the architects of the Polish Paris qualification place on Friday, 25 years of age, and the magician Adam Jagorzewski. We welcome world number 312, 5 Youth European Championships 2012 through to 2017. This pair jumped brilliantly on Friday. 2 penalties for time in the first round, clear jumping in the first round, and 1 down in the second round. Their total was 6 across the 2 rounds. A very, very strong performance. Adam Jagorzewski and Issem are away for Poland. This pair won the 4-star Grand Prix in Italy at Arezzo, April of last year, and 6th in Friday's Grand Prix qualifier to book their place this afternoon. Issem has made a great start. Ukraine, the Czech Republic, the home nation, and Ireland, the 3 nations qualified. Adam asking for a little bit of control from Issem down the treble. Voicade pays off beautifully, and again over the ABS Jets vertical. Time must be good here. Yeah, Adam Jagorzewski's got 20 seconds to jump 3 fences for clear round number 4 here. For Poland to have a wonderful week here potentially, with Paris qualification and maybe a Grand Prix win here as well. Yeah, he jumps the last beautifully. And Adam Jagorzewski is inside time. Puffs out his cheeks. Good Poland, a wonderful run to continue with a Grand Prix win. It's 4 combinations from 4 nations. And he's a big talent. Adam Jagorzewski will be back to battle for the Grand Prix Air Bank, 4th edition in Prague. Well done to him. The next to come, this man was 5th in a 4-star world ranking class here on Friday afternoon, and world number 216 we welcome. He has enjoyed 2 Nations Cup starts for Ireland this year, Pielbechen and Sopot. And this pair was 6th in the 4-star Grand Prix. Szymon Taran's lovely Poznan Vola competition in June of this year. 3rd season with this powerfully built grape. Timo BZ is on course. Ireland's Alexander Butler, and it's a shocking start to overall Tolanar son, owned by the Milestone Farm for Alex. First fence goes, I'm afraid. It's always one of those ultra frustrating things as a rider. I was an event rider mainly, but did my fair share of show jumping as well. But when you have the first fence down and you jump clear after that, it is galling. You feel it really deep in your gut. It's so frustrating. I'm not sure anybody else has hit the first fence either, so that is an extra frustration. 1 early, 1 late for Alexander Butler. And Timo BZ come home, 8 penalties. Quick round for the Irishman, but it's slim consolation. 8 penalties around the Uliano Vetsani designed Grand Prix Air Banks, 4th edition here in the Czech capital.
selanjutnya ada sesi jeda berjasa bola.
7 to go in first round of the Grand Prix business class. Belgium winning Aboriginal Benson Kokoma.
The next jump, this man was part of the Uzbekistan Nations Cup team on Friday, and he was part of the World Cup finals last year in Leipzig. Went very well in Germany, 33rd with King Cornet Z. He's won the double bronze medal, both individual and team, on 2 occasions at the Eurasian Championships in Moscow 2019 and 2021. Double bronze twice. And this horse won in the World Cup qualifier home in Tashkent in Uzbekistan, April of this year. Mats Vijay is on the course for Beksod Kurbanov, now jumping. This gelding, bred in Belgium, as are so many. He's 11 years of age. The son of Emerald, crossed to Chelano, owned by Bahrahman Gasviev for Beksod. This combination 44, everybody, 7 more only to jump in the first round. And still 4 clears, 4 nations, Ukraine, Czech Republic, Ireland and Poland, the latest of those clears. Fair share of combinations have had fence 6 down. Out of that turn, it's trickily placed for Emiliano Vezzani right by the in and out gate. So again, the factors just accumulate. It's a tall vertical, but right by the in and out gate, so concentration maybe strays from the horse there back to the collecting ring to his or her friends. Up or down for Beksod Kurbanov and Mats Vijay as they travel down the last line. Quite a slow round as well. It's going to be 3.67 seconds down on the time as well. There'll be time penalties, and the 2 rows down, 12. 8 jumping and 4 time for Beksod Kurbanov and Mats Vijay. 12 out on the course of Emiliano Vezzani. The home nation over the past 3 editions yet to win. It's been Belgium, Ireland and Germany, the 3 nations that have won. There are 2 more for the Czech Republic as they bid for their maiden win here in the home capital. Sarah Vingralkova already qualified. They'd love another one. Maybe this combination. Combination 45 of the 50 in the first round. They are a Tokyo Olympic combination. And a Kelner Rover. This horse, Laura Klapacher, brought to the top of World Show Jumping. Catch Me If You Can OLD, the new starter for Anna. Her mother Renata of the Czech equestrian team, the organisers here for the wonderful new show at this Huchle Arena in Prague, south of the city. This mare, she's a wonderful now 15-year-old daughter of Katoki, on course for Anna Kelnerova. Her last outings have been checkered with problems, I'm sad to say, so looking for a reversal in fortune here. I'm afraid another combination in succession. Very similar feeling to the round we've just seen for Beksod Kurbanov, having 6 and 7A down in close order. But I can say, to be brutally honest, it's an improved picture for Anna Rover because the last few Grand Prix have been retirements after refusals, so that, okay, 2 fences down, but it's a marked improvement for Catch Me If You Can and Anna Rover. They have 8 coming towards the end of this first round of the Grand Prix Air Bank here in Prague. Reminder of the clear rounds, it's the 4 clears. 4 nations, Ukraine, the Czech Republic, Poland and Ireland. It's a real battle of the generation up and coming. Those riders are all in their 20s. 2 20-year-old ladies. Matt Garrigan, I think, is 25, and Adam Jagorzewski again in his 20s, so it's a real battle of the young generation for the title here in Prague. The next to come, we have 5 more to start, and this the last for the home nation. Emma Orge de Musac, who welcome for the Czech Republic. 2 World Games for Emma, 2014 and 2018. She was 43rd in North Carolina in Tryon in 2018. Europeans in Aachen 2015 and Gothenburg 17. And this pair Nations Cup start for them in Pielbachen this year. On course, Jasmine, early mistake for Emma Orge de Musac, and the home nation will have to be content with the 1 Sarah Vingrakova, trying to win the home nation its first Prague Grand Prix over the now 4 editions. Jasmine comes down the last line for Emma Orge de Musac. It's been a troublesome round, I'm afraid, last for the home side. This sizable crowd have been frustrated by the last for the home nation. Puts her hand up to signal to our ground jury. President Francis Hesketh, Jones Trulsi for Italy, Annika Pill, very lovely lady from Sweden, one of our ground juries. Manuel Cavallo Martin from Portugal, Radovan Salek from the Czech Republic, Robert Fekar from Slovakia. Foreign judge here, Harry Braspenning. Know Harry well, he's a wonderful character. Harry making sure that the course of Ileana Vetsani meets the MER requirements. There's a whole list of criteria that must be fulfilled before an MER can be granted. All on the FEI schedule if you're interested. And Harry Braspenning must send the foreign judges' reports to the FEI to just prove that everything that must be out on the course is present from our Italian course chef. Of course, it normally will be, but that's just the rubber stamping. The next to come, this man part of the Nations Cup team that qualified for the Olympics in Paris for Poland on Friday. Wojciech Wojciech, it is on course. This is lovely Cinta Blue jumping. 4th in the Grand Prix at home in Poznan mid-June this year, and 6th in the 4-star Grand Prix in Arezzo in Italy in April this year. Wojciech was part of the World Cup finals at Gothenburg in 2019. Was 17th there in the Scandinavian. And also part of the Riesenbeck Europeans in 2021. Was 17th there as well. Survives an early rattle as he tries to join Adam Jagorzewski and the others in the Grand Prix Air Bank jump off. Cinta Blue is still clear. "14 years of age this time. Chintan cross to Chaco Blue again, as the name would lead you into believing. Time, I think, here is okay for Wojciech. Wojciech, he comes down the last line. Maybe here a second clear for Poland. Their tail very high after their Paris Olympic qualification on Friday. Yes, there it is. Very quick. Quickest clear round so far. Wojciech joins Adam Jagorzewski. We finally have a 5-way jump off. We have jumped 47, just under 1 in 10 jumping clear rounds. That is how hard it is out there this afternoon. Clear number 5 is the second clear round for Poland, looking very strong the poles to maybe win this Grand Prix.
Champions from Paris this year.
Three more to start, ladies and gentlemen, and delighted to welcome Samuel Hutton now for Great Britain. Samuel, late start for Great Britain, rides this new right fin this year, former Ismail Rusakov, who's also ridden in this Grand Prix, and Gregory Wathelet also was on this horse prior. It is full house Talinden Z for Samuel Hutton. 9th in a 4-star class here on Friday. Forever Darko Talinden across to Cento for Samuel Hutton. 3 from the end of the first round. First part of the combination, sadly, is the first blemish for the late start for Great Britain. Foray tumbles. So trouble sadly out on the course for the one for Great Britain this afternoon. Samuel Hutton comes so. Wasn't it good to see Great Britain winning the Nations Cup at Hickstead a couple of days ago after a 13-year-old drought. Last one that in 2010. Great Britain and John Whittaker jumped the clear round. John turning 68 in a couple of weeks, quite extraordinary, alongside Harry Charles and others. That was brilliant, along with Ben Mayer and Tim Gradley for the British victory after a 13-year absence. 2 more to come, and now the world number 238 we welcome. This pair part of the Echo FBI Worlds in Henning last year. Robin Moore we welcome. Robin hails from Aix-en-Provence in the south of France. He was initially from Grimaud, the base of the Upside competitions down near Saint-Tropez. He's a chess player in his spare time. We haven't set them up yet, I hope we do. Robin with this 11-year-old Staccator Levito mare, bred by the Gestute Levitz. It's Levita more than capable of clear round number 6. And of course Robin part of the Israeli team that qualified for the Olympic Games. Out of that Group C qualification battle on Friday, they won the team gold and qualified in first place ahead of Poland. Robin escapes a nervous rattle. Vertical middle of that treble combination. 7B given a solid clatter. It stays in the cups obligingly. And another vertical. Again, a little bit of fortune for the tall Israeli. Now, final line. Time is good to deliver clear on number 6. No, that fence gone down once or twice whilst he's been on the cusp of clear rounds. Went for Zoe Ostov, is gone again. I'm afraid for Robin Moore, very ground denied. 2 from home. Late 4 penalties for the World Championship combination from last year in Denmark. One late mistake, really frustrating for Robin Moore.
5 horses, how many will you have? The other Grand Prix, very good level of the small horses here, but Hassan said from Turkey.
Just one more to come at the end of this CSIO 4-star Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank for the 4th edition. Germany, Ireland and Belgium have been the former winning nations. At the moment, Ukraine, the home nation, the Czech Republic, Ireland looking for another victory, and 2 chances for Poland. Adam Jagorzewski and Wojciech Wojciech. This the last of the first round, and Hasan Şentürk tries to put Turkey into the jump off. A man of experience, he was at the World Cup finals in Las Vegas back in 09 for 32nd position. But this, very good De La Bonne, his first 155 Grand Prix. Tall order, 14-year-old son of Berlin, and I'm afraid the early double comes up again as influential. It will be 5 clear rounds, only 2 emerge, 5 out of 50, so yes, 1 in 10 precisely only have mastered Ulyana Vetsani's troublesome Grand Prix course. Great course, it's very fair, it's very visible for the horses, a clear test but transparent test, but certainly demanding. It's a battle of the young generation, riders in their 20s, 4 of them. Anastasia Bondaryeva, Sarah Vingrakova, Matt Garrigan and Adam Jagorzewski will face the season and experience of Wojciech Wojciech, who is the one 20-year-old rider, or in the 20-year-old bracket in any case. So the last score, ladies and gentlemen, is completed. 12 penalties for Hasan Şentürk for Turkey, and very good De La Bonne to complete. 50 starters of this Grand Prix Air Bank for the 4th edition here in Huchle Arena in Prague. Overcast scene, mid-20s, a little bit of breeze picking up as well. But it is 5 combinations only of the 50 that have mastered Ulyana Vetsani's course. Here's a confirmation. It is the 2 for Poland, it is Ireland, the Czech Republic and Ukraine. The home nation looking for its first victory here in the Grand Prix in Prague. Fascinating battle between the young guns and Wojciech Wojciech, who is the experienced hand. These all came very close, great rounds for just 1 down for the likes of Zoe Osthoff, late mistake, 2 from home. And Konstantin Van Dam, again, very good round for the Bulgarian, as was the 8-year-old Locante for Alishov Patry, very impressive. So we take a short break here from the Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank. We'll see you shortly. From myself, Ed Holloway. Please come back, it's going to be fascinating. We'll see you soon for the jump off. The weather has certainly worsened significantly. Now sideways rain, the wind's picked up as well. It's not easy out there, tough conditions for this fourth edition of the Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank here in Prague. Ireland, will they win again, or will we welcome a new nation? Germany, Ireland and Belgium, the three nations that have won this Grand Prix on the three editions. Formerly, there's Ukraine, the home nation, the Czech Republic, bidding for a maiden win here for the home Grand Prix in Prague. Ireland looking for its second win, or Poland to win their first Prague Grand Prix here in this Huchley Arena. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The jump, of course, not easy. 340 meters and 5 to come from 4 nations. I'll show you this jump off course with our trailblazer. 2 20-year-olds in this field, 4 riders in their 20s, and the experience of Wojciech Wojcik and Anastasia Bondareva will get her started, bidding for her first 4-star Grand Prix win in her young career. Calder. Jumps beautifully through 4AB. Now she'll turn back to fence number 8. This the Oxer. Seven, 8, and then back to 9, 10, and then gallop down to the last fence. Anastasia Bondaryeva is still clear. Gets very close to the Oxer. This the home gallop now for the young Ukrainian to set a double clear and a target time. Yes, Calder comes home. 4 penalties. Was that the last fence? No, time penalties. Yeah, I didn't think she'd hit the last fence, and she didn't. It was a clear round jumping. But 4 time penalties for Anastasia Bondaryeva and Calder. That is the first score, 4 for time. 54-72. This lady, like Anastasia Bondaryeva, also looking for her first 4-star Grand Prix win. Sara Vingralkova to win this Prague Grand Prix for the home nation for the first time since its inaugural year in 2020. Sara, again 20 years of age, is up and running. This Cassini DC will celebrate her 21st birthday on Wednesday next week, so an early birthday present in the offing, and it's a very quick getaway back down to the Czech Equestrian Federation vertical, down to the Oxer at 7-8. Super turn back the ABS Jets vertical. 2 fences here for Sara Vingralkova to set a good time. Gets a whistle from the home crowd, of course. Set sail down to the final Oxer. No, it goes. Oh, what a shame. That is our sponsors Oxer, the Airbank Neon Green Black Oxer. Last fence goes. Of course, she's got a gallop, the likes of Adam Jegorjevski to follow, but the last fence does fall. 44.27 was a very good time with 4 penalties. So 4 penalties like Anastasia Bondaryeva, but with a quicker time, Sara Vingralkova is into first position. With 3 to come, ladies and gentlemen. Ireland or Poland, you would fancy for the victory this afternoon. The home nation in the lead, but Matt Garrigan we welcome. There's a lovely little Quantum Robin, the 5th 10-year-old son of Karen Ball, will take centre stage. Matt, 25 years of age. 8th in the 3-star Grand Prix in Oman in the Netherlands, their last outing. This horse got the advantage. Little stride can turn very tight, land and turn, get away quickly. Ooh, got very lucky at 6, rather dived on takeoff. Quantum Robin, the 5th, has left it standing. Matt Garrigan, by the skin of his teeth, is still clear here in the Huchle Arena in Prague. Back end of this Grand Prix Airbank, now the gallop for home. 44.27 was Sara Vingralkova's time. He'll be a little bit outside, but yes, it's a clear round. It is the first clear round. Doesn't go flat out. The door is open for one of the Polish lads to win this Grand Prix, but it is the first double clear of the class. Matt Garrigan and Quantum Robin, the 5th, but Ireland set the pace. 46.74. 2.5 seconds exactly down on Sara Vingralkova's time. But she took, of course, the risk of the last and had it down. Two more to come this is an altogether different beast from the little Quantum Robin the Fifth we've just seen. Much taller, much longer of stride. And Issem, the son of Quality Time, Tien Cross to Clinton comes in. Yawning ground cover, this chestnut for Adam Jagorzewski. I fancy can easily be quicker than 46.74, but can he leave all the fences standing? This is a pair that won the 4-star Grand Prix in Arezzo April of last year. The target time 46.74 for Adam Jagorzewski and Issem for Poland as they try and crown a brilliant week with a Paris Olympic qualification ticket plus a Grand Prix victory. Adam Jagorzewski can make full use of his big chestnut's ground covering stride around that half circle. Back to 6 and 7, 8. No, but it goes. That was, of course, the concern. So, what it does mean is that Wojciech Wojcik or Matt Garrigan are going to claim the 4th edition of this Grand Prix Air Bank in Prague in the Huchle Arena. Disappointment for Adam Jagorzewski. 47.34 the time, but 2 fences falling, and Issem. It's been a big week for the Poles. No doubt a little bit of fatigue, bit of lactic acid in the chestnut's muscles out on the course. The explanation for the 2 fences down for Adam. He goes into 4th place with 1 more to come. The last to go, veteran of the World Cup final in Gothenburg 2019 for 17th position. And 17th in the Riesenbeck Europeans in 2021. Cinta Blues had a great season, 4th in the Grand Prix in Poznan mid-June at home in Poland, and 6th in the Grand Prix, 4-star Grand Prix in Arezzo in April. Wojciech Wojcik to beat Quantum Robin the 5th and Matt Garrigan's 46.74 second leading time. Yeah, it's very lucky, and that blue vertical gives it a proper clatter. Cinta Blue, I fancy, is a little bit quicker than the Irish combination. Poland looking for their first win here in Prague. Ireland looking to become the first nation to win this Grand Prix on 2 occasions. Now, 16 seconds, getting out of jail again. Has had a few good slices of luck, but no, that will not stay, and it's an Irish victory. Wojcik comes down to the last fence, is going to be just ahead of the time. 46.36 the time, but it is the 1 fence down. It is 4 penalties. It does mean Cinta Blue will be still on the podium, 3rd place. And Wojciech Wojcik will be 3rd in behind Zarovin Kraukova, the best of the home nation. The Czech Republic's 20-year-old is 2nd, 44.27. But only 1 double clear to win the Diamond Tour Grand Prix Air Bank. Matt Garrigan seals victory with Quantum Robin the 5th. So we have a young champion. He's 25 years of age. And here's the confirmation. Matt Garrigan wins the Grand Prix Air Bank here in Prague. The only double clear of the 50 combinations. Quantum Robin the 5th winning. Zarovin Kraukova, quickest time in the jump off, but 1 fence down with Cassini DC, the quickest 4 falter. For 2nd, Wojciech Wojcik is 3rd with Cinta Blue for Poland. Anastasia Bondareva has a very good Grand Prix finish with Kulda for 4th place for Ukraine. And Adam Jagorzewski completing our top 5 here for the Grand Prix Air Bank in Prague. So the 4th edition is the 2nd win over the 4 years for Ireland. They won here in 2021 with David Simpson and Foudre F. And Matt Garrigan is the 2023 champion with Quantum Robin the 5th. We leave you, ladies and gentlemen, with live pictures of the prize-giving ceremony here in Prague for the Grand Prix Air Bank. From myself, Ed Holloway, thank you for your company. It's been a great class to bring you. Congratulations, well done to Matt Garrigan. He wins the Grand Prix Air Bank this afternoon. Until next time, we'll see you then. Thank you very much for watching.
after top spot, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen here in the Outback Grand Prix. Thank you so much for staying with us here for the prize giving ceremony. Thanks for the emotion you built here in this first round in the jump. And now we are waiting for the winner to celebrate the big prizes giving ceremony.
Dámy a pánové, ještě područí a poté už zahájíme slavnostní ceremonia děkování do arény. Samozřejmě nejdříve vstoupí starokladničtí Dodoně, 11 z Finlandia, Světlí a 15letý Soulsy se svými strážcemi městské policie. A ti už se k nám blíží do arény, takže se Dagmar Grasinová a Veronika Tučková.
Ladies and gentlemen, following the winning competition of the Grand Prix of France, so please welcome with the big applause, one to another, Matt Jerrigan from Ireland.
A v aréně především dámy a pánové vítá druhou nejlepší Grand Prix České republiky Sára Michalová.
Ladies and gentlemen, our top riders are going to the arena. We would like to introduce you to the presenting party for the prize ceremony. First, appointed marketing director of India. One more welcome to the big applause. Thank you very much for supporting the Grand Prix here in France. And second, ladies and gentlemen, the woman with the top organizing. We are very happy to have the event director here with a big thanks to Markéta Šviková. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, on the outside, the World Princess Acceleration, the Grand Touring President, a warm welcome and thanks so much to Francis Pascal John Fielty here in France.
Děkujeme prezidentce sboru rozhodčí, která s námi byla po celé 4 dny tohoto mítinku. Díky moc. Dámy a pánové, v aréně je 6 nejlepších a my se ještě jednou podíváme na to, jak dopadla dnešní Airbank Grand Prix.
And first of all, ladies and gentlemen, we congratulate you to the 6, and so please dismount your rules of the top 3. And the congratulations to the 6 with only time penalty, 1 time penalty in the first round, Jacolino. And a big hand of applause for Ruslan Petkov, Bulgaria.
Na parkouru nechyboval, pouze jeden trestný bod mu znemožnil účast v dnešním rozeskakování. Jacolino a z Bulharska Ruslan Petkov.
2 fences down, ladies and gentlemen, in the jump off. So the 5th position with 8 penalties, 47.34. We congratulate to a big fantastic round to Isem and Adam Sigurczewski, Poland.
8 trestných bodů v rozeskakování, samozřejmě bezchybné základní kolo. To byla polská dvojice Isem a Adam Grzegorzewski.
And the next on the 4th place shows us the first clear round in the Grand Prix. 4 penalties in the jump off, in time of 54.72, only time penalties. So Kalden, Anastasia Bondaryeva, Ukraine.
Pouhé 4 trestné body pro zeskakování a čas rozhodl o 4. konečném místě z Ukrajiny. Tato dvojice Calder a Anastasia Bondaryeva.
And the top 3, now ladies and gentlemen, we call to the podium. So we have a 3rd place now with 4 penalties in time of 40 seconds. 0.36 seconds. The 3rd place in the Airbank Grand Prix is going to Chintablu, and we call to the 3rd to Wojciech Wojcianiec, Poland.
Dámy a pánové, na stupeň pro 3. nejlepší dvojici právě teď vystoupal reprezentant Polska a ještě jednou váš potlesk patří této dvojici Chintablu a Wojciech Wojcianiec.
Wojciech, let's tell us who is the 2nd in the Grand Prix.
I will of course. S radostí vám mohu oznámit, že druhá nejlepší dvojice dnešní Airbank Grand Prix Longines Ranking reprezentovala Českou republiku Cassini DC a Sára Vingrálková. And Kai, now you will tell us who is the winner.
With the onlyest double clear at the Grand Prix and all eyes on the winner. So please come to the podium in the saddle of Quentin Rodenby. The winner is Matt Garrigan, Ireland.
Dámy a pánové, toto je vítězná dvojice dnešní Grand Prix Airbank Longines Ranking. Reprezentanti Irska, Quantum Robin a Matt Garrigan.
And ladies and gentlemen, in the good old tradition, we honor the winner now with the national anthem of his home country, Ireland. So please rise and stand for the national anthem of Ireland.
Prosím, povstaňme, protože zazní hymna Irska na počest vítězné dvojice.
The 4-star Grand Prix, congratulations, Matt!
Nyní opět kompletní sbor našich gratulantů. Nejprve k vítězné dvojici, k jízdnému jezdci, reprezentant Irska Matt Garrigan.
First, the congratulations to the winner on top. Matt Garrigan receives the congratulations by the presenting party, by all of them, the marketing director of the Airbank, event director of the show, federation president, and the ground jury president. The same for the 2nd. And ladies and gentlemen, again a big hand of applause for Sára Vingrálková, 2nd place.
Tentokrát přichází nejdříve Oldřich Dostál, marketingový ředitel Airbank. Dále také hlavní rozhodčí Francis Hesketh Jones Triozzi, Markéta Šveňková, ředitelka tohoto mezinárodního mítinku v Kukle aréně Praha a mezi gratulanty je i v tuto chvíli prezident České jezdecké federace Radek Rouč. Gratulujeme, Sára Vingrálková.
and the trophy and the flowers to the third place on the podium as well. Another big hand of applause with Cinta Blue, Wojciech Wojcianiec, Poland.
Tentokrát ještě gratulace i třetímu nejlepšímu a nyní reprezentant Polska na místě třetím s koněm Cinta Blue, Wojciech Wojcianiec. Takže všichni mají květiny, šerpy, samozřejmě i trofeje od společnosti Moser a ještě jednou všem patří velká gratulace.
And in the moment of the photo, ladies and gentlemen, let us never forget who have to get the most thanks and congratulations. Our four-leg friends, the horses, with a big applause for all of them. Quantum Romain, Cassidy DC, Cinta Blue and all the others.
I našim koním patří váš potlesk a my už si nyní půjdeme společně s těmi nejlepšími užít Champagne Shower.
Let's go, rock and roll the Champagne Shower. Sarah, come on, man is ready. Yeah. Sarah, we have to train this a little bit more to open a champagne bottle.
Ale věříme, že ano,
But
povedlo se. Dámy a pánové, to jsou ti nejlepší dnešní Airbank Grand Prix v Buchle Areně.
These are the top three. First, ladies and gentlemen, to the top three. Wojciech Wojcianiec, Sarah Mingajkova, and Matt Garrett. Take your bottle with you for sure to the horse and to the groom. Perfect decision. And now please mount your horse now because we have one more prize, the prize of the audience. Big hand of applause on the Land of Honor. But I can take it if you want, don't worry, or we'll give you now. Maybe. But first, now again, please, so Sarah is the first of the horse again, Wojciech, the second, now Matt, Mount, Quantum Normandy, again. So everyone is ready, ladies and gentlemen. Frank, are you ready for a big hand of applause for the winner of the Land of Honor, Matt Garrigan, rock and roll!
Zatleskejme i tomu novému kolegovi, který jsem porazil v sportce ještě jednou. Kai Warner.